Everyone. So today topic is how to explain your project and in an interview. So explaining your project in an interview requires a structured approach to highlight your role and technical expertise, problem solving skills and impact. So first of all, in an interview, you can explain your project with your role, uh, related your role, and after that technical expertise. Yeah, and we can add problem solving skills. Problem solving skills, and also with impact. So using this point, we can explain our project. So we can add comma because it is a different words. Problem solving skills. Yeah. So your role, your technical expertise, your problem solving skills, and impact. So first of all, you should start your project explanation with your start with an overview, like, yeah. So first of all, start with an overview. In that, we can mention project name, project uh, project name, and in that project we can say, like, I worked on a project, like I previously I worked on a project in data visualization, so I can mention I worked on a project called data visualization. And after that, we can add objective, like the goal of this project was to solve this problem, so we can add this objective. And after that, tech stack, whatever tech stack you are using in this project, so you can mention, like, it was built using React, Node.js, MongoDB and Express.js. And last, yeah, so this one is a main part, like first is a start with an overview. In that start with an overview, you can add 3 points. First one is a project name, second is objective, and third one is a tech stack. And second thing, now we can explain your role and responsibility in that project, which role you which role you are, and also what is your responsibility in that project. Explain your uh, your role and responsibilities. So in that, you can mention, I was responsible for front end part, like in front end or full stack development, like API integration, database design, or UI UX, or like that, like authentication, like that you can mention. And also you can mention, I worked on a feature, like in filtering part, or designing UI, like that you can mention. Yeah. So this is the second thing you can add in your project explanation. And third one is in the third, you can add your technical details, like which technical details you done in your project. Technical details. In the technical details, you can mention, like, I am designing data visualization project, so in that I am using front end, so I write front end. In front end, what do you did, so you can mention, like, I use React and Bootstrap or Tailwind, So you can mention like that, and and after that backend. In that backend, whatever you use, like I developed API using Node.js and Express.js and handle authentication with JWT. Like that you can mention. And after that, your database, like which database you are using. So basically I use MongoDB. So you can mention I use MongoDB for data storage and Mongoose for schema modeling. Like that you can mention. And last one is a, yeah, it is a spelling mistake. Yeah, now it's correct. Database. Last one is a deployment. Deployment. The you can mention like the project was deployed on Vercel or Netlify, and any where you can deploy your project, and you can say it is a not the main important part for deployment. Only these three things you can mention. This is an optional part. If you want, so you can tell to like I deploy my project in Vercel or Netlify or Frontend and AWS render for backend, like that you can mention, but it is not important. The important thing is only Frontend, backend and database. If interviewer asked to like where you deployed your project, that then you can say. So these three things is a it is related to technical details. And the fourth one is a challenges and solution, like what challenges you faced and what is the solution of these challenges. So in that you can mention. So like you can mention one of the challenges we faced was, or like you mention your technical or logical challenge, or like how you overcome this challenge. Like I implemented these things for like optimization, API catching error and handle, like that you can mention in your fourth part. And the last one is a fifth. Fifth is a impact and result. You designing this project, so what is the impact and what is the result? Yeah, result. So after you can say after implementing this feature, the performance improved. Like you can mention like that. We successfully launched it and received positive feedback from users. You can mention like that. So you can show your result and what is the impact you receive. And last one is a conclusion and future scope. If you want, so you can mention like what is the conclusion and future scope. Future scope. Yeah. This part is also not important because conclusion and future scope you can, if you want, so you can add. If interviewer asks to like what is the conclusion of your project and what is the future scope, then you can say, but at least you prepared these things about your project. Like you can mention overall this project helped me improve my skills in, like you mention your skills and learn different skills like state management, API handling, database optimization, you can mention like that. So these six things you can explain your project using this, like start with an overview, explain your roles and responsibility, technical details, like whatever technical details you did, like front end, back end or database. If you want to add deployment, so you can add. And after that, challenge and solution and impact and result and conclusion and future scope. So these things you can add. And using these things, I created one project. It is related to data visualization project. So I created these things. Using these things, I created one my project explanation. Yeah, I show you. Yeah. So this project is data visualization dashboard. This is the overview of the project. So in that overview of the project, I developed a data visualization dashboard using the MERN stack, MongoDB, Express.js, React, and Node.js to analyze and display complex data interactively. The goal was to help users check and understand key performance matrices through visual graphs and charts. It was designed for analysts and decision makers to gain insight into a data trends. So like that you can give your overview of your project. And after that, as I already tell, like you can mention tech stack. So I use in tech stack in front end React, Tailwind CSS, Recharge for graph, Redux for state management. In backend, I use Node.js, Express.js, and API development. In the database, in MongoDB, storing user data and analytics. And deployment, Vercel frontend. I use Vercel in frontend and render AWS backend. And now I'll explain my role and responsibilities. Designed and developed an interactive dashboard UI using React and Tailwind CSS. Integrated dynamic graphs and chart using Recharge to display real-time data. Built RESTful API in Node.js and Express to fetch, filter, and aggregate data. Implemented data filtering by date category, etc. for better user insights. Optimized API performance by implementing caching strategies. After that, you can add your challenges and solution. Like my challenges is I am facing handling large data set efficiently in React. So is the solution is the implementing pagination and lazy loading to improve performance. And second challenge is making the graphs update dynamically. So is the solution, I find the solution is use WebSockets for real-time data updates. And the last one is a impact and result. And the impact and result, like you can say reduce data processing time by 40% using optimized queries, improved user experience by making the dashboard fully responsive and interactive, helped user track key metrics more efficiently, leading to data driven decision making. So these things I added. And the like last one is a future scope. I added in future scope also, like adding AI based predictive analytics for better forecasting, and exporting reports in PDF Excel format for better accessibility. So these using these things I created my project explanation. That's it. Thank you.